Question. What two words do you think I personally am a little bit tired of hearing? Back in a minute. Hey, this is Jan from New York City. My channel name is Jan from New York City Saves Money, and I love to help people keep their money. There you go. How's everybody doing on this bright, beautiful morning? With me, I have my famous or infamous cup of instant coffee. Love, love, love my instant coffee. Yeah, yeah, yeah. 10 cents of sheer happiness. How much did you pay for your coffee today? If it's over $1, you paid too much. Just saying, just saying. That's my running reminder joke every single morning, Monday through Friday, on the Instant Show with you. How's everybody doing today? I hope my sunshiners are doing well. There are two words that really, by now, I'm kind of like sick and tired of listening to. And for me, they are recession and inflation. Inflation, recession. If somebody was to make a record of these two words, it would go like this: the recession inflation song. Recession, inflation, inflation, recession. It's like this mantra here over and over again. And it would not make the top 40 hits. That much I can tell you. But I'm here to offer some really, really hopeful, helpful, good news. The fact that many of you are really joyful money savers all year long. Guess what? I hate to say this to the ones that maybe weren't, but the ones that were prepared for all of this have always been prepared. People who are normally frugal, remember, there's a big difference between frugality and being cheap, but that's another broadcast, okay? But the frugal person makes on purpose mindful, decisive choices when it comes to spending a dollar. Yes, yes, we do. Mindful choices. But this is something that we do all the time. So actually, we have been using, let's just say, put it this way in an analogy, like wearing training wheels before riding the two wheeler, if you will. So honestly, if you have always been a frugal person, or at least tried to make at least many mindful money decisions for years, to be honest with you, all the stuff that you hear, the fluffery going around, for me personally, it's like I'm listening to like a low level noise, a buzzing sound all around me for like the last few months. Inflation, inflation, recession, recession, but it doesn't affect my life. It has not affected my life. Why? Because I have known what to do. I have been building my frugality muscles over time. Did it happen overnight? No. Was I born a frugal person? No, no one's born a frugal person. These are things that you learn, okay? But I can tell you this much: if you practice frugality as a normal lifestyle, everything else around you is of minimal damage. When you hear all these high low stories, keep in mind that when you hear these stories on, let's say, major outlets, hey, the news is trying to sell things. Am I right or am I right? I know I'm right. But for the person that's listening to this on a continuous basis, it can be very, very depressing. The person that, let's say, didn't exercise on their training wheels, their frugality muscles, this can be devastating. And honestly, it is no joke. It is no joke. So over time, try to increase your ability to be frugal, no matter what your income. Matter of fact, the person that's on the lower income, in my honest opinion, logically would tend to need to be a little bit more mindful and more frugal. How do we do things like that? By making mindful decisions. Do I know that going to the movies and the outside cinema can be a fun experience? Of course. We've all done it at least once or twice in our lifetime. Yes, it could be a fun experience. Is it a necessary experience? For me, no, it is not a necessary experience. Could it be expensive? Oh, yeah, that activity could be expensive. Therefore, I would prefer to reallocate my funds and not as a frugal person, not deny myself watching a good quality movie. I can do that from the comfort of home at the touch of a button. I can make easy to make. Well, I don't have a microwave at the moment, but I could get a bag of popcorn inexpensively or just make it on top of the stove cheaply. I don't like spending about $15.99 for a bucket of popcorn and a soda, which is, by the way, just for the record, for those who don't know this, that is about the running price at the moment. Yeah, you heard it right, about $15.99 for a popcorn and a soda. Hello, that's for one person. That is not even including the price of your ticket to the movie. So for me, Janet, no, I make mindful decisions. Another decision. Do I spend a lot of money on a cut of meat? No, I would rather get the same effect. Instead of buying filet mignon, I'll make my own filet mignon. There are different methods of doing it. I call it filet mignon. My filet mignon version is buying a chuck roast and throwing it in my slow cooker. Let it cook nice and low and slow. Oh my gosh, that end result tastes even better because it is, to me, much more flavorful than, let's say, a typical filet mignon. But these are mindful choices that I make. And do I get those one time meals? I call those hit and run meals. What's a hit and run meal? It's a one time serving meal that you buy outside. Yes, it might be convenient, but it's a one time serving meal. That to me is not frugal. I must buy meals that I could get at least maybe 2 to 3 meals out of. Hey, that's me. If I'm going to take the time to make the same mess, for example, I'm making the same mess. So, with that in mind, if I'm making the same mess, I can make only one mess, get 3 meals out of the original mess, and freeze up the other 2 meals. Hello. So, for me, this is just way too important. These are choices we make as frugal people. These are decisions we make. I could choose to go to a restaurant, let's say if I really wanted to, 4 times a month, but what good would that do me? Half the time, I'm not really even 100% satisfied with some of the stuff that's served. And personally, I like knowing what I'm eating. And I know a couple of people who have said this more than once, that certain activities might be even questionable, especially if you can't see the kitchen when you go into a restaurant. That kind of scares me off when I hear stories like that. And I don't feel like spending good money on questionable food. You know what I'm saying? It goes down to choices. By being frugal, you are putting on your own training wheels so that even though you're going to be bombarded with these words, inflation, recession, inflation, you know what? The stock market goes up and down like a yo-yo. It really, really does. Am I going to sit around all day worrying about that yo-yo? I'm sorry. I personally, Janet, am not going to do that. I don't choose to do that. I just rather live a common sense, practical. It may sound dull to some people, but I don't know. I don't know. To me, this it's just a safer financial way to live. I like knowing where my money goes. I like tracking my money. This is me. And that's just the way it is. You want to know something? There's no peace of mind knowing that everything is okay. Your bills are paid off. You're no longer living in debt. These are important items to keep in mind. There you go. All right. Hope I help. And don't let those words bother you, because if you've been wearing your training wheels, you're ready for anything. There you go. All right. Take good care and always, always know that there's a big difference between being frugal and being deprived. Frugality is nothing like deprivation. Frugality is a great choice you make. There you go. Have an amazing day, everybody, and take good care. Thank you for listening. Bye bye.